I'm going back into treatment soon, so I thought it might be kind of a fun thing to do in my treatment weeks when I can't really get out here and do anything. I thought it might be kind of fun to go back and do some reflections and whatnot on earlier videos that I did. So this time around, I am going to do the very first video on this channel titled A Drawer, Ideas from the Wizardly Notebook. It currently has 146 views. So I'm literally just going to do one run through and see how we go. Here we go. Bang. Oh, I still have that somewhere. A little pocket for a notebook.
In classic Phil fashion, this note that I'm trying to build from makes no sense. It's fantastic.
I like the idea of this. I think I'm going to go back through those notebooks and start doing more stuff.
That picture. That picture.
Dado at the bottom. That
right. And then that's the bottom, but it doesn't tell me anything. And the perspective
a lot of these ideas that were in this book, just like I woke up in the middle of the night and was like, hey, you know what I should do?
There's the drawer that I'm making. There's the front.
This one actually ended up pretty good, actually. I still use that drawer.
Back, so it's the same as the front, but ending at the dado. And then the sides.
The drill press back there is on the box, the cabinet that I made for it.
And a dado in the middle. Okay.
Oh, look at me.
Okay, so I started out by actually making a space for this first drawer to go into, because it seems
our old house on
like a bit of a waste of time to make a drawer and not have a place
in Reza,
for that drawer to go.
We, funny enough, we lived
so to
2
do
blocks.
I literally just put some
from
sides
my good friend Super Geo from Timbukon, and we didn't know each other at the time at all.
A couple days ago for
it's
my
so handy if you still live
Sherwood oscillating spindle sander.
Love that.
For those of you playing along at home, is this what you ended up with?
No.
And
well, I suppose I
did
get that.
Great. Sure.
Stamped leather. Yeah. Where is that? I should get back into more leather work. I've been saying that forever.
Yes.
Huh. That's the old. Is it over here? Hanging off my belt. My Leatherman was in it. The old Leatherman pouch that I made. Fit my Leatherman here and a drum key here. Kind of a cool little build, actually. I really like that. Some like block wet leather forming for that. Might be a video for that pouch on my old Drumco. It's still going, I think. Haven't looked at it forever. Oh, that fit. Yeah. Oh. See that router table on the wing of the table there?
So the dados for the front and back, I got them all measured out and I just started cutting and I forgot to hit record. They look
amazing. I still forget to hit record half the time. Ooh.
They are 4mm this way and 8mm this way. Now the sides are going to be the opposite, so that
router
it
table
locks in on
the wing
itself.
of that table saw.
This is probably a better way to explain it, I suppose.
You see people doing that all the time now, but I didn't see it much back then. But that
4mm from
is literally a
this side, the
cabinet door from the IKEA scratch and dent area.
Teeth on the
with like a really cheap plastic insert in it, and one of those unkillable Makita trim units
the height
mounted
above
underneath
the
it. Fantastic.
Bench, not the bench, the jig, the table, whatever, is 8mm. For the front and back. Now for the sides, I have to make it the exact opposite. The height has to be 4, and this has to be 8mm that way.
Wow. Incorrect.
So, based on what I just said about where I was going to set
things, Costco special.
Anybody catch the obvious and stupid mistake I just made?
I did.
This is what test cuts are for. This is 4mm this way and 8mm this way. Exactly what I just set up for. This is a test piece. Adoy.
Adoy.
Right?
I still say adoy.
It's supposed to be sitting flush, so it needs to be 8 by 8. Obviously.
Where is that ring?
Now it is 4mm here.
It's funny.
8mm.
This was 5 years ago.
Right? See, 8mm square cut out.
I'm still not that much better at doing this stuff than I was then.
Chunk. So when I put it together, it now sits flat. As it should.
Ta-da!
Seems pretty obvious now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So now I need to add the dado that holds the bottom of the drawer in. I'm going to be doing a lot of drawers in the future, and the bottoms will all be identical. I didn't go out and buy a dado stack, but I did buy a flat top blade.
Love
from
them.
Torcata.
Still use them
that
for
has a 6mm
all of this
curve.
kind of stuff.
I'm going to swap this
Dados
out.
weird me out. Flat top blades are the business.
We'll go from there. If you want to set up
I don't do
a dado that is half the width of the piece that you're using, and using a blade that is also half the width, but you want it half the width away from the edge, if that makes any sense, use the actual piece and register
I did get better at thinking
blade.
before talking.
Right?
I
So
must
if you're
say.
registering off 2 teeth, you got a straight line, and then against that piece there. 1
good
tooth,
tip,
2
actually.
tooth,
I like that.
straight line.
Don't reference one tooth
Yeah,
for anything.
you get
Always
it.
reference two. I love the YouTube audio. Whoa.
So that last cut was to ensure that
Oh.
the
Man, the
there's a
the
slot
roof in
the
the
back
old
so
shed
that
is
we just slide
insulated.
in the bottom piece. That's all that was.
I didn't know how good I
It's
had
just
it.
out slightly. But I'm going to attach it coming in from the side anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. Provided that in there lines up properly.
I love
So you get your
justifying
bottom in
mistakes
there.
by saying, oh, it's
Get your butt in there.
fine. Oh,
Here's another random angle for you. So, now I'm gluing it up.
funny. I didn't even really have a workbench back then. I used to just do everything on top of a piece of plywood on top of the tabletop. Like that. Oh, I've got a different Leatherman holder on that time. That's the one I still use. Fun.
Okay, so I actually used hammer and some nails. I actually kind of like the look of the nails for shop stuff. You know,
You remember at the beginning of the video,
only thing left to do on this
picture had
is
nails
to
in
make
it.
the bottom that will slide in that nifty little slot. That dirty, dirty slot.
Dirty, dirty slot. Stealing jokes
So
from people.
the original plan for this drawer was going to have a 12mm bottom with rabbits
like
around the edge, but in all honesty, just sliding in a 6mm panel will be strong enough, plenty strong enough, more than.
Hey,
strong
there I am.
enough.
That's
So
so
I'm going to cut it down to size, slide it on in. In doing my test fitting and whatnot to get it where it's at, it ended up being perfectly flush. And I didn't even want to try to get it back out so I could slide it back in for a shot, so I didn't. It's in there forever. So now I'm just gonna secure it with a couple screws along the bottom rather than the nails that I used before in case I need to slide it out somehow. Hey, I missed a nail.
I never
Being so
needed to
close
slide
the
it back
end,
out,
This is
ever.
probably the point where I would
Still use this
most
this
likely
drawer.
stuff it up.
It's on the cabinet back there with the drill press. It's got a bunch of sandpaper in it, I think. Well, it's clever to have all my drill bits in it. Nicely organized.
Hey, they didn't come through the inside. Now for the clever bit. Putting it in there.
Yes, kid, putting it in there is always the clever bit. I love that oscillating spindle sander. Thing's amazing. For what it is, for what it costs. It's incredible.
Okay, so the only thing left to do was to add a drawer pull. So this seemed appropriate.
In case you don't know, that's a tube lug off a snare drum.
That's fun.
That's fantastic.
Adjusting the height and the width of the saw cuts before. Oh, beard is looking glorious today. That picture.
And there was a lot less gray in my beard back then. It's actually kind of boring. It's not the most interesting video. I guess there's a reason why it only has 146 views. However, it is a pretty good drawer design idea. It's not particularly revolutionary or new or fancy in any way, but it does do the job, and it has been holding up quite well. You guys want to see something? In that video was this guy. Where are you? The oscillating spindle sander, which I still use. And there's that drawer. And I made a different pull for it at some point, which I don't like as much as the tube lug. But the tube lug is actually the drawer pulls on the cart for that guy. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Let me know in the doobly-doo there if this is an absolute waste of time. I don't know. I think I like the idea of reflection, but I'm not clever enough. I don't think. Anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, doobly-doo, blah, blah, blah. See you guys next time. Bye. Love you.